Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Zero Analyst. Thank you so much for showing so much love to all of my last projects. So this is going to be project 8 of our 10 SQL project series. Now this project is going to be really different than whatever we have done in the last 8 project because this is based on an actual business problem. So using SQL, you're going to solve actual business problem. So now let's see more about the company and let's see about the project objective that you're going to solve today. So there's a company called Monday Coffee, which basically sells coffee and coffee related product online. Like it could be coffees, it could be coffee related t-shirts, it could be kind of any merchandise product, it could be mug, it could be jar, it could be coffee related, any product that you can basically see. We will see the product. So this company have been offering their coffee and coffee related product through their website. This company started last year Jan 2023, and this company has seen extremely amazing growth in the last 1.5 years. Now this company want to expand their businesses. They want to open 3 outlets in 3 major cities of India. Now this company Monday Coffee hired you as a data analyst, and this company is going to give you the data set of last 1.5 year sales. So your job is to analyze the dataset using SQL and recommend the top 3 cities where they should open their stores and why they should open into those 3 cities. Now before we proceed, I would like to tell you that you can include this project in your resume and you can download the dataset from the video descriptions. Now here you can see the detailed objective of the company, which I have already explained, that this company want to open 3 stores in the top 3 major cities of India. So you just need to analyze the data set and recommend the top 3 cities. This is a beginner friendly project. So even if you're beginners, you can completely do this project. You will be able to download all the data set and I'm going to guide you step by step everything, like how to import the data, how to create the tables, and then you will be solving the problems. Also at the end of this video, I'm going to basically show you how you can publish this project in your GitHub repository. So let's see some of the problem that you will be solving in this project. So the first problems set is going to be easy level problem. So in the easy level, we're going to solve 4 to 5 problems. So you can see the problem you will be solving as like coffee consumer count. You will solve the total revenue and coffee sales. You will solve like sales count for each product. So you will solve average sales amount per city. You will solve city populations and the coffee consumers. So you're also going to basically analyze some population data set as well. Then you're going to solve 3 medium problems where you will be using group by, join, and basically aggregation functions. So in the medium, you will be solving top selling product by city. You will be solving customer segmentation by city. You will be solving impact of estimated rent on sales. And then you will be solving 2 advanced problems where you are going to use like all the SQL functions, maybe the window functions, aggregation functions, group by, join, each and everything. So the first question is monthly sales growth ratio. Based on each city, you will see the growth ratio of this company. Then you're going to solve the last business problem, which is basically called market potential analysis. So here you are going to identify the top 3 city and you will be considering a lot of factors like the total high sales. You would be considering basically the total rent of that city, total consumers, like how many people consume coffee in that city, and a lot of other parameters. At the end, you would need to basically recommend the 3 city and the reason why you are recommending these 3 cities. So this is the complete project which you can include in your resume. Now I'm going to show you how you will be publishing this project. So this is how you will be publishing your projects, where you will have the project name and then you will basically write all the informations like all the business problems you have solved, and also you would write the project objective, and then you would write your recommendations here. So let's now see the data set and then we will start creating the database and then we will be solving these business problems one by one. So in this project you will be analyzing 4 tables. So the first table is the city table. So let's see the city table. In the city table, we have the data about like the city ID, city name, the populations of that city, and then you can see estimated rent for that city. So if in case the company has to open, coffee shop, this is the rent. And there is something called city rank. So there are some ranking that is given. So here you have the city rank. So this is fine. Let's see the second table. The second table is the customers table. So where you will have all the customer informations. So if you see here, we have 498 different customers informations and their customers ID and all the informations. Let's see the next table, which is called the product table. Now this table has the product information like product ID, product name, and the price of those products. This price are in INR. Now if you see the sales table, the sales table has basically, this is the main fact table. So this has the sales ID, sales date, product ID, customers ID, total sales amount, and the rating that received against that specific sales. Okay. So this is the table, and this sales table has the 10,000 plus rows of data set. You can see 10,389 data set we have in the sales table. So for this project, I'm going to use PostgreSQL. If you want to use MySQL, so you can definitely use MySQL as well. There will be slightly difference in basically the syntax, but I think rest everything is going to be same. So let's go ahead and launch my application. So I'm going to use this application, which is called pgadmin 4, which is a PostgreSQL management tool. So let's first go ahead and create our database. So I'm just going to right click here and I would say create database. Let's give a name called Monday Coffee. Okay, so this is the Monday Coffee, and let's give it call Monday Coffee database, which is DB. So I'll just click on save, and I can see I have created the database which is called Monday Coffee. Okay, so let's open a query tool. Now I have already created the syntax to create a table based on the columns, which you can download from the video descriptions. And let me just go ahead and import that, right? So you can see I have imported the commands which is going to create the tables, and let's go ahead and run it. So it's going to create the table. So you can see it has created all the tables. Here I have defined some constraints, so let's quickly go through that, the syntax. So the first syntax that you see, I'm creating a city table. There is city ID, city name, populations, estimated rent, and the city rank. Then you can see I'm creating second parent table, which is called customer table, customer's ID, name, and the city ID. So here I'm getting this city ID from the city table. So this is a constraint here, you can see it here. Then I'm creating the product table. So product table has no constraint. Then in the sale table, you can see I have basically this customer's ID and the product ID. These two are constraint, which is connecting this table with the customers and the product table. So you can see the tables created successfully done. Let's go ahead and view the table. So here we can click and we can go to this schemas, and from here we can go to tables. So you can see we have four different tables. So just right click and refresh if you don't see it. Now if you see the tables are here, let's go ahead and import the datasets. To import the dataset, we need to follow the hierarchy. So first we can import to the parents table. So city and the products are the main parent table, you can see. Then we can import to customers, and then you can import to sales, because this customers depends on this city and the sales depends on this product and this customers, right? So we would first import to city. So right click, import, and select the city, which is this one. Make sure this header is enabled, because in Windows computer this header is by default disabled, so you need to make sure that it is enabled. Click on OK. You can see it is imported successfully. We can go ahead and see the count. So for that, right click city, and you can see the count. It's saying that 14 records imported successfully done. Let's now import to, which is next table, which is going to be product table. So right click, product, import. Let's select the product table. So that's going to be this one. Click on OK. You can see the product table data is imported successfully. Again, you can verify the right click, count the rows. You can see 28 product imported successfully done. So let's now go ahead and import to customers. So right click, import, and select the customers. That's going to be this one. You can see that is imported successfully to the customers table. Now we will be importing to sales table. So right click, sales, import, select the sales table. That's going to be this one, import. So import is done. So finally we have imported to all the tables. We can go ahead and check how many records imported in sales. So right click, count rows. You can see 10,388 records imported in the sales. If you see the customers, so we have kind of 497 different customers record imported successfully done. Okay, that's great. Now we will start solving the business problems. Now you can download this query for database creations from the video descriptions. You can click the link. It's going to redirect you to my GitHub repository, from where you can basically download this and create this database. So once this is created, you will be importing the database step by step. You need to follow that. Let's now go ahead and launch a new query tool, and then we will start solving the business problems. So let's write down here, call maybe Monday Coffee data analysis, right? Let's hide everything else from here. Now let's first create a ERD for this database, so that because we will refer to the ERD while solving the business problem, so that's going to be really helpful for us. So we can just click on this database and right click and click on ERD for database, and you will see that ERD has created, because we have defined some constraint. Based on the constraint, you can see it has created the ERD. Now we can basically see which table is dependent on which. So here we have the sales table that depends on basically this product, and that also depends on this, which is called customers, right? So let's go ahead and kind of, it's going to take some time for creating it. Alright, so here you can see I have created the ERD. So this is the ERD, and I can see here is that this sales table has two constraints. One is called product ID. So based on the product ID, you can get the information from the product table. This sales table has customers ID. Based on the customers ID, you can connect with the customer table. You can get the customer name and the city ID. Now based on the city ID, you can get the city name from this city table. Okay, so this is the ERD that I have just created. So let's go ahead and now see all the data set in the table. So first let's see first table, that's going to be the city table. Let's see how many records we have in the city table. So we can just go ahead and say select everything from city. So let's run it. You can see in the city table we have 14 record. That's great. Let's go ahead and see our next table. That's going to be maybe product table. So in the product table we have 28 different products and their price, you can see. Let's go ahead and see our next table, that's going to be customers table. In the customer table we have 497 different customers. You can see we have their city ID. Now we do not know which city these customers are from. If in case you want to know their city name, based on the city ID you need to connect with the city table, and that's how you will be able to get their city name. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and see our next table, which is going to be sales table. So this is the sales table. We have all the sales record. You can see 10,000 records. Now if you see one by one table, you will be able to understand. In the city table we have city ID, city name, and the populations of that city. Now we have estimated rent for that city for the coffee shop. So few city has really higher rent. You can see Bengaluru, and maybe then that's going to be this one, which is called Mumbai, has the highest rent, and the Bengaluru would be maybe the second highest. So you can see different rental price mentioned based on the city and maybe based on their city ranking. Okay, so that is fine. Let's go ahead and now start solving the business problems. Okay, reports and data analysis. Okay, so let's first see the first business problem that we have. Let's hide everything else for now. Let's go ahead and move it here, and let's see the first business problem that we have. Okay, we need to find out how many people in each city that consume coffees. The percentage is that 25% people consume coffees. Okay, based on the total populations we will be able to solve it. Now if you see the city tables, that has something called populations, right? So based on these populations, that assuming that 25% people consume coffees, so you need to find out how many people consume coffees in each city. Now this is a very easy level question. We can simply go ahead and say that, let's say we want to select the city name. So let's say first what I want to select is that city name. Okay, from city table. So the table name is city. Okay, what I am looking for is the city name, and let's see the city populations. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the population, and maybe I would also want to see the rank. Okay, city rank, it's called city rank. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and execute it, and we have nicely the city name, the populations, and the city rank. Okay. If you order the data by 2 in descending, you will see the highest populated city, that's going to be Delhi, which is here, and then we have Mumbai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, and Chennai, all those different city and their ranking. Okay, so the highest ranking is given to Bengaluru, so that is fine. Now what are you looking for is the number of people who consume coffees in each of these cities. So for that, in the populations I can simply just find out their 30%, right? 30% people consume, 25% people consume coffees, so I can just write 25% and I can just execute it. So this time the people that you see, these people consume coffees. So this is, you can see that again this is too many numbers, so we are not able to read it, but what I can do is that I can find these numbers in millions. So for that, what I would do is that first of all I would just go ahead and put this in a brackets and multiply with maybe something called 1 million. Okay, so and I can say, right, the coffee consumers. Okay, coffee consumers in maybe millions. Okay, so let's go ahead and execute it. Now you see we have each city and the people who consume coffees in millions. That is here you can see Delhi has the highest, which is 7.7, and Mumbai has 5.1, and the Kolkata, Bengaluru, and each of city and the number of people who consume coffees, you can see it is in the millions. Okay, what you can do, you can do some formatting here. Instead of showing so many zero, we can just again do a round up here. So further you can just put this in a brackets, go outside, just type round up, just go ahead and say round, and we can just round it to 2 decimals. So that is how the data is going to be round up now by 2 decimals. So you'll be seeing nice output here. So you can see the output is very clean. It says each city name and the number of consumers who consume coffee in each of these cities in millions. So Delhi has 7.75 millions consumers who consume coffees. The rank of the Delhi is 3, and Mumbai has 5.1, Kolkata has 3.73, and Bengaluru has 3.8, and Chennai has kind of 2.78, right? So these are the top 5 cities where the company can target, right? Because this top 5 city has the highest number of consumers. Okay, so this is one of the point we can note here, the top 5 cities where we have the highest number of consumers. Okay, so that is fine. Let's see the now question number 2. So the question number 2 says total revenue from coffee sales. Okay, so it says what is the total revenue generated from coffee sales across all cities in the last quarter of 2023. So in 2023 last quarter we need to find out the total coffee sales, right? So let's go ahead and say the question number 2. So let's put it here, let's comment it out. So it says, what is the total revenue generated from coffee sales across all cities in the last quarter of 2023? Okay, so we simply need to find out the total revenue. So let's go ahead and see the data, which is called select everything from sales. So we need for all cities, so we don't have to do any filter for any cities, but we need for the last quarter. We need the total revenue for last quarter of 2023. So let's see how we can find out, right? So what I can do here, we can just use a where functions to filter the last quarter, right? So there's a function called extract which you can use to kind of extract the last quarter and you can filter that way. So let me just show you what I can do here is that I can just go ahead and say here something like this. Okay, let's use this column which is called sale date. We would just go ahead and say extract sale date. Okay, and what I want to extract from this sale date, I would just write something else from extract. I need to say that extract what I want is quarter from the sales date, and I'm just going to save it as quarter. Okay, I would also need the year, so I would just go ahead and say that again, same thing, extract year from the sales date as year. Okay, let me just give a comma. Oops, there's a typo, it should be quarter, so quarter. Let's go ahead and run it. So you can see that we have extracted from this sale date, we have extracted the year and using the extract year functions, and quarter using simple extract quarter functions. Now if you're using MySQL, you just need to write something like this, which is called year, and inside it you can just put the sale date column. Okay, that's going to give you the year, and you can same way you can do for the quarter as well. Okay, so that is fine. Now same thing logic I'm going to use in this where conditions to filter the data. See, I can filter here, I can say the year is 2023 and the quarter is 4 instead of 3, right? We have different quarters for 2024. Also we have the data set, so we can go ahead and say where, and here I can go ahead and say that this extract year must be what, this must be year must be 2023. Okay, because this is returning a numbers, you can see that's the reason I'm directly putting 2023. And this is the one condition. The second condition, I want this extract quarter, so this quarter must be what, 4, because this is also returning the numbers, so I can simply compare it with 4. So this is how I will be getting only the data set for 2023 last quarters. Now if you see I'm having 10,000, let's run it. You see I'm having 2600 records, and all the records are for quarter 2023 quarter 4. You can see it here, 2023 October, November, December. Okay, so we can just scroll through maybe a few of the records. You can see each of the sales that you see here is that basically is for this quarter and this year 2023 and quarter 4. Now we don't need everything, what we are only looking for is the total revenue. So we can just go ahead and say sum of this revenue column, which is called total. Okay, I can save it as like total revenue. Okay, so this is fine. If in case we want to find out each city and their revenue, then we can do what we can just simply say here is that we can do a group by, and we can say that we need to select the city name, by the way. So for that we would just need to do a join this table with the city table. So let me just go ahead and how I can do it as sales, and let's say that join customers as C. Okay, then we would just go ahead and say that on s dot, say if you see the sales and the city, to get the city informations, let's see the ERD, to get the city name I have to join this table sales with this customers based on this customers ID and the customers ID here, and then I would need to join the city ID and the city ID here, then only I can have the city name from this table, right? So that's what we will do here. I'm saying that the first thing is that on s dot, which is that sales ID, sales dot customer ID equals C dot customer ID. So first join is done. Now I'll be doing second join. So all these where conditions will come after the join. Okay, after all the join. So this created one combined table now. So I would do the next join, which is going to be again one more join. All these are inner join because I need everything from all the table based on the match. Okay, so I would say join, and what I want to join this time is basically the city table. Okay, city as CI on what conditions. So here I can go ahead and say that on CI dot city ID equals C dot city ID, because if you see both of this table, which is the city table has a city ID and this customer table has a city ID. So that means based on this city ID and city ID I can join. Based on this customer's ID and customer's ID I can do join, which I have done here. Okay, that is fine. Now I would just go ahead and say that what I need. So my main objective is to get the city name. So I can go ahead and say CI dot, because city table I have given a name called CI. So CI of city name, what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for this sum of revenue which is coming from S. So giving alias is very important here, otherwise you will be getting error. So here in the where condition also I need to say that S dot sale date, S dot quarter. Okay, not S dot quarter but S dot sale date here as well. Okay, so that is fine, everything looks great. Let's go ahead and kind of run it, but before that I need to do a group by, right? So group by what? Group by this city name, or you can use one. If you're using MySQL, you can say group by this city name, including this alias. Okay, let's run it, and you can see we have each city and the total revenue that is generated from each city in that specific quarter, which is called quarter 4. Okay, so if you see here, and we can again do a order by to organize the data. So you can say order by what, to in descending. So the city with the highest revenue will come first. Okay, so here we have the data which is Pune, that is called 4,34,000 sales. Then we have Chennai, which is called 303k sales. Then we have Bangalore, which is 270k sales. Jaipur, which is called 248 sales, and Delhi we have this sales. Okay, 238k sales. So highest sales in the city, if you see, so these are the 5 city that has the highest sales. So Pune, Chennai, Bangalore. Okay, so this 5 seems to be a great recommendation so far. We can include this name as well. Okay, so as soon as we solve problems, we will be kind of identifying the cities, and then we may consider those cities as well in our final recommendations. Okay, so that is the question number 2. Let's see the question number 3 now. It says sales count for each product. So each product, and we need to find out the sales count, which is kind of called the unit or maybe the total orders, because we do not have a quantity column here. So we will be solving with the total orders. Okay, let's comment it out. So let's see the question again. It says how many unit of each coffee product have been sold. Okay, so if you see the product table, so you can go ahead and see the product table, select everything from products. So each of this product, you can see each of this product has totally we have 28 products, and each of this product has product ID, product name. So for each of the product we are looking for the total unit sale, like unit orders. We do not have a quantity. If in case you see the sales table, select everything from sales. So here we don't have anything called quantity, so we have total sales, and assuming that in each sales there is only one quantity. Okay, so we simply need to find out the total orders for each product. Okay, so for that you can either do it from here because we have a product ID, or you can do a join if you need the product name. Let's say we will do a join because we will need the product name. Okay, to find out which product is doing really well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a join, starting with product SP. This time I'm going to do a left join because I want to see all the product from the product table. Even if they have not done any sales, then still I would have that product details. Okay, so left join, I will do left join to see even if there is any product that has not done any sale, I would see that. So left join, and I would say sales as S, and on what conditions, on this S of product ID and the P of product ID. If you see the ERD, both of this table, product and sales, they have product ID is the common column, right? So based on this, I'm doing a left join. So I would have all the product and their kind of total sales. So let's go ahead and kind of now run it. It's going to return me a combined table. So you can see I have the combined table which I am looking for. So I would now need to find out each product and the number of orders that we have received for each product. So for that, I can just do a group by the product name, and then I can simply count this total sale ID, right? So that is how I will be getting the results. So let's go ahead and say that what I am looking for is that the product name that's coming from P of product name. Next I'm looking for is that count of, which is called the sale ID, which is called S of sale ID. Okay, as total orders. Okay, now I will only get this aggregated value for each of this product if I do a group by the first column, which is called product. Okay, so I would go ahead and say group by 1. If you're using MySQL, you can use group by the product name. So let's go ahead and run it. So it seems here you see we have the 28 distinct product and their number of orders that we have received. So some product has a really good number of sales, like this one. Okay, so you can see it here. We can order the data. We can say order by 2 in descending DSC. So that is how you will have the each of this product and their total sales. Okay, So it seems like this is the highest sale in this product has received the highest sale, which is 1326 unit. This product has the second highest, which is 1271. This is third highest, which is called 1226, and this is the fourth highest. This is the fifth highest. Okay, now you can see something interesting here. So this all are the coffee, right? But this is seems something like tote bag with coffee design. So something merchandise product also has received really nice sale, which is kind of, you know, receiving the fifth rank, right? So these are some of the product that we can recommend the business that while they are opening this store, they can keep this type of products. Okay, like this tote bag, or maybe this you know, other some product that you see, whatever the product, you can see it here, like this is called coffee art paint. So some people will may buy this because you can see this has kind of really good sales compared to the other, you know, the personalized and other kind of t-shirts and other in a product. Okay, so the product that has the highest sale, we can recommend those maybe top 10 product in the unit, in the outlets, so where they were going to open this kind of coffee shop. Okay, so that is fine. Even you can go deep and you can find out even each city and which are the top selling product based on the total orders. I think we will be solving that question as well. So let's see now question number 4. It says average sales amount per city. So we just need to find out each city and the average sales amount. Okay, so very simple. So let's go ahead and write here called question number 5. Now these are the easy level questions, so you just need to do kind of basic, you know, aggregation functions and join here in this easy segment the question. So average sales amount per city and per customers. Okay, so what is the average sales amount per customer in each city? Okay, so little different here. We don't need to find out that each city and their average sale. We need to find out each city per customer and their average sale. Okay, let's understand this in Excel. Okay, let's say, let's go ahead and add a new cell here. Okay, let's say there's a city called maybe Delhi. So in Delhi we have maybe, let's see, average sales amount, right? So let's say in Delhi we have done like 25,000 sales. Okay, 25,000 rupees, or you know, sales. This is the sale amount, and let's say we have kind of here 25 customers. Okay, so the average sales for this 25 is simply going to be 25,000 divided by 25. So that means it's going to be 25,000 divided by 25. That's going to be 1,000, right? So 1,000 is the average sale for Delhi. Now maybe there's a city called maybe Bangalore, and that city may have something called 50,000 total sales. Okay, and there's a possibility that we only have kind of like 50 or maybe kind of 25 customers. So here the average would be some like 2k, right? More than like Delhi. So this is what we need to find out. So first we need to find out each city and their total sale. Then we need to find out each city and the total number of customers. Okay, so the thing that what we need here is that, let's write it down. We need to find out city and average sale. Okay, city and the total sale. Next what I need is that basically number of customer in each of this city, right? These two things we need. Okay, now to do this we will need to do all the join, which I have already done in the first problems. Here I think this join. So this is what we will be using it. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy and paste it here. Now we have done the join here, sales, customers, and with the city. So we have each city and the total sale, which already we have done. We will just remove this kind of, which is called filter. We will just remove this filter because we don't want to filter the data now. Let's go ahead and execute it. So we have now each city and the total sale, correct? Now we need to find out each city and the total customer. So for that I can just go ahead and use a count functions. Okay, so I would say count of the customer ID, right? So see, this table has also something called customers, right? So I can just count this customers ID. Even in the customer, in the sales table or customer table, both have the customers ID. So I can just go ahead and say s dot customer ID and as total customers. So this is going to return me the total customers for that specific city. Now there is one thing, in that city this customer may have multiple sales. So that's the reason you can see so many numbers. Okay, if you see here in Pune, that is 2135 customers. So that is not correct, right? Because this is just returning the total number of, you can say, number of time this customer has ordered. Okay, we do not want that. We want the number of unique customers, like each customers we want to count it once. So for that I would just add a distinct here. Okay, now we will see for each city only the distinct count. You can see now Pune has 52 customers, Chennai has 42 customers, Bangalore has 39 customers, Jaipur has 69, Delhi has 68. Okay, so it seems like this two city has the highest number of customers. Again, you can kind of go through rest of the city and you can check. So that is fine. Now what we need, right? So here at the end, what we are looking for is that if you see the question, it says what is the average sales amount per customer in each city. So for that, what we will do is that we will go ahead and say this total sale divided by the number of unique customers. Okay, so this is going to return us the average sale per customers. Okay, so we can say per city average sale per customer. So per city average sale, okay, per customer. So you can give any name, so I would just give ahead, go and say average sale, okay, per customer. So for each city average sale per customers, so let's go ahead and kind of run it. You can see the results. So again, we can round up this results to kind of make it clean. So for that, I would just go ahead and organize my code here. Let's go ahead and use the round functions here outside this. So outside here, I'm just going to put round, and I want to round up with what? Let's put it here. So I want to round it up with the 2. So I would just need to add a comma here. Okay, so this is fine. It's going to round the results. So let's put it here. Let's go and run this. Okay, so here we are getting some conversion error because we are doing a lot of calculations here. So we need to kind of use the typecasting here, which is called numeric here as well, and let's do a typecasting here as well, okay, which is called this one. So this is going to fix our problems. Now you can see here what you have is that total revenue for each of this city and this average sale per customer. So it seems like Pune has the highest average sale, which is called 24,197, and Chennai has the second highest sale per customers, which is called 22,479, and the Bangalore has the third highest, Jaipur has the fourth highest, and Delhi has the fifth highest. Okay, so these are the highest cities with the highest average sale per customers. You can see it here. Again, you can see here also we can consider these 5 cities. Okay, so Pune, Chennai, Bangalore. So I think these 3 cities are coming in every business problem that we are solving. So these are maybe one of like good recommendations. Maybe we will see rest of the problems, and then we will define like which are the city we should be selecting for the store opening. Okay, now my analysis maybe will be a little different than your analysis. So if you find something else, you can include your recommendations based on your analysis. Okay, now let's see the next question, which is going to be question number 5. So it says city populations and the coffee consumers. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it here. So this was question number, I think, 3. So this was question number 4. Let's put the question number 5 now. Okay, the next question, that is question number 5. It says city population and the coffee consumers. Okay, it says provide a list of cities along with their populations and the estimated coffee consumers. Now, as you have already given that 25% people consume coffees in each of these cities, so based on that, we need to find out each city and their population and the coffee consumers. Okay, now let's see the next question, which is question number 5. It says city population and the coffee consumers. Provide a list of cities along with their populations and the estimated coffee consumers. Return city name, total current customers, estimated coffee consumers. So this is what we need to get. So first, we have already solved something like similar this question. So let's see the city table. So you can see in the city tables, we have basically whatever we need. In the city tables, we have the city populations, right? So this is the populations, and we have, so here we have the city populations. What I need is the city name. So I would go ahead and say city name, and I would say populations. Okay, so populations of 25%, that's going to be our coffee consumers. So times 0.25. So this is our coffee consumers, right? So this is our coffee consumers. Now we can just convert into millions. So by multiplying with 1 million, we can go ahead and round this up, something like this. Round by 2. So this returns is city and the number of populations, that is coffee consumers. Okay, so this is what we have already solved in the first question. So now what you need to find out is the total current customers that we have in each of this city. So for that, we will first select everything from the sales as S, and then we will join with the customers as C, and we will say on customer series of customer table and the customer series of sales table. We will do one more join with the city because we need the city name. So we'll say join city as C, and we will say on, and the condition is going to be C. City I'm going to, so city I'm going to give it a different name called CI, and the condition is going to be CI dot city ID customers of city ID, because they have the common column, right? So once this join is done, I'm going to select the things I need, right? So what I need to find out is basically for each city the current customer. So I would just go ahead and say CI dot city name, what I'm looking for, and the current customers. So for that I would just use a count, and I would say distinct customer ID, which I'm getting from the customer table. So c dot customers ID, so this is as our unique customer, right? Now I need to do a, because for each city I need the aggregated customers, so I would need to do a group by the first one, which is group by one. So that is how I have each city and the distinct customers at the moment, the unique customers that we have who has purchased something from us, right? So now we just need to join these two tables based on the city name, so that we can get this unique customers from here and the city name from the first. So we would start with the city, which is called with, and I would say CTE table as, and we just need to put this inside a kind of parenthesis. Let's close this, and here I'm just going to put this in another parenthesis. So let's go ahead and put another parenthesis here. I'm going to say that this is gives us the customer table, so I would just go ahead and say call customers table, and I'm just going to say here I would just need to give a comma and as a alias. Okay, so we have two city, so we have two tables. This is one of our table, so this one I'm saving in one CTE. This is a one of the another table, so this is I'm storing in the second CTE. So that has, let's kind of organize this query, then we will do a join between these two CTE. Okay, to do a join between these two CTE, I'm just going to say select, what I'm looking for is the city name. I can use any of this table, so I would first say what I'm looking for is the city name. Okay, and then I need kind of this total coffee consumers in millions. Okay, in millions, and what I'm looking for is that the unique customers. Okay, so I would do join between both this CTE. The first city I'm going to name it call, so let me just put first city as a CT, which is city table. So from the city table I'm getting that city name, and also I'm getting that unique customers, so that's fine. Unique customers I'm getting from this one, which is called customer table, so that's fine. I would say join, then the second city called customers table, so I would just go ahead and say customer table as CIT. Okay, so any name again you wanna give alias, that's on you, and on CIT dot city name equals CT dot CTE name. Okay, so this unique customers I'm getting, which is unique customers getting from customers table, that is called CIT table. So I would just put dot, and this coffee consumers in millions I'm getting from this first CTE, which is going to be this one. So I would just go ahead and kind of put it here, and this table I have named it called CT, right? Okay, so this is fine. Let's go ahead and run it, and we will have our answer. Let's see where we have done a mistake. So at the line 10, so here seems to be we have done a mistake. So we're saying as and customers. Okay, so as I need to give it after this table, so here. Okay, now it should work fine. So let's go ahead and run this query, city in millions. So let's quickly check. I missed a comma here. Let's keep all the comma, kind of see customers. Yeah, I did give it comma. Okay, so here I'm just saying that city dot customer, so I am just saying something else here, so I need this. Okay, and I can give a alias call coffee consumer in million, right? Because actual column name is called coffee consumers. Okay, so let's just remove this alias. Okay, I'm just going to say city table and join with the customer table. Okay, and customer table of city name. Okay, let's remove this alias. So city name I'm getting from any table, that's fine, because it's an inner join that's going to give me the results. So this coffee consumers, that is coming from where? This coffee consumer is coming from this city table, right? So I will just go ahead and put it here, called city table dot coffee consumers, and here I need to give a alias. Okay, so here I need to give a comma, and then this unique customers is coming from where, which is here. So that's going to be part of this, which is called customer table. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's go ahead and run this query. Okay, so here you can see now we have each city, the coffee consumers in millions, you can see it here, and the unique customers that we have at the moment. Okay, so this is how we have solved this problem. Now let's see the next question, which is going to be question number 6. It says top selling product by city. What are the top 3 selling product in each city based on the sales volume? Okay, based on the sales volume, we need to find out the top selling product, which is called based on the sales number of sales orders, or quantity. We do not have a quantity, so we will consider it as a sales kind of number of orders. Okay, so let's go ahead and start writing with our first, which is called from. Let's start with maybe join from this sales. We can say sales as S, and the sales we want to join with kind of the product, so we would just go and say product as P. So it's products table. And what is the common condition? They both have kind of product ID as the common column. So that is my first join. Now I would join this table with the next table, which is called this customer table. Okay, so that I can get the city ID, and then I would join with the city table. So let's go ahead and say that again, one more join customers SC, and then I would say on. What is the conditions? Both the table have common column, which is called customer ID. That is fine. I would need to do a one more join. Now again, the next join I will be doing is that based on this customers, based on this city ID and this city ID here. Okay, so let's go ahead and say that join city SCI, and I would say on, and here I would just need to say ci.city ID and c.city ID. Okay, all the joins are done. We can just go ahead and select everything. That's going to give us the combined table. So I think there's a typo. Let's go ahead and check it. Okay, so here I have not mentioned the join. That's the reason I'm getting error in the line 4. Let's go ahead and kind of run it now. Perfect. So we have all the tables joined together. You can see all the columns are here. We still have 10,000 records. Now from this table, what we are looking for is that we are looking for each city, which is, you can see each city. We need to do a group by the city name. Then we need to do a group by the product ID, and then we can count the number of orders, which is the sale ID. Okay, so that is what we need to do. And then from the each city we will be selecting top 3 using window functions. Okay, so let's go ahead and select one by one things that we need. So ci.city name, what I'm looking for. Then I would say p dot product name, what I'm looking for. And then I would say this time I'm looking for count. Okay, count of, which is called sale ID. That's for sale table. So sale ID. Okay, so this is going to be as a total orders. Okay, so total orders. Now I would need to do a group by first to column. So if you're using MySQL, you need to just use this complete column name along with their alias. For Postgres, you can use this kind of 1 or 2. Okay, 1 means the first column, the second 2 means the second column. That's fine. Now we can just do order by in 3. So order by 3. Now I would need to do one more order by. So I would say order by 1, which is basically order by city, and then order by the count descending. Okay, now the data is going to be organized the way I need. So if you see here, first I have all the data for one of the city, which is called Ahmedabad, and for Ahmedabad I have all the product and their number of orders, you can see. Okay, for that city. So this time for that city, all the product and this number of order in descending. That means this first 3 product has the highest sale for that city. So cold brew coffee 6 bottles. So this is the product that got highest sale. This is the second product, second highest. This is the third highest. Okay, so for this city, these are the 3 product. Let's see the next, which is called Bengaluru, and for Bengaluru we have this, which is called cold brew. That's the highest. Then ground espresso, this is the second highest. This is the third highest. Okay, let's see the next city, which is going to be Chennai, and for Chennai this is again the product that has the highest sale. This is second highest, this is third highest. Okay, so you can see each city they have a different top 3 products. Okay, so what we are looking for now is that each city and this top 3 product. Okay, basically for each city, this 3 rows what we are looking for. Okay, so for that, what you can do is that you can use a window functions called dense rank to kind of give some ranking based on each city, each product you can give a ranking. So this is going to be the product 1, ranking 1, because this has the highest sale. This is the second rank, this is third rank. Okay, then we can use that rank to filter the data. So very simple approach. We can simply go ahead and say here what I need to say is the dense rank. Now the reason I'm doing dense rank because there may be 2 or 3 products have the same sale amount, okay, same sale order amount. So that's where I would want to give them same ranking. That's the reason I'm using dense rank. So syntax is very simple. Dense rank, you say over, and we will do a partition by, because we are doing a local ranking. So the global ranking means just giving a rank based on this entire sales record, but local rank means each inside each city you are giving the ranking. Okay, so that's the reason we are saying partition by what? Partition by this city name. Okay, that's fine. We would need to do a order by again here. So this time order by this count. You cannot use the alias here. So order by this in descending, because the highest inside each city, the highest, the product that has the highest will get rank 1. You can save it as a rank. Okay, that's fine. Now we don't need this order by anymore. We can just comment that out, and we can just execute this query. So this time you will see that there is something in new column that is created by rank. And if you see in Ahmedabad, this rank 1, 2 and 3 is given to the top 3 product with the highest number of orders. Okay, so this is fine. Even if you see Bangalore, so these are the 3 product which has the highest sale, the rank 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can see any city that has the product that has the highest sale that got rank 1, 2 and rank 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is fine. Now what you can do is that for each city we can simply filter the data based on this rank, right? We can say, hey, select me everything from this query where this rank is 1, 2, 3, or maybe the rank is less than equals to 3. Okay, so that is what we will do, and we can do that using something called simple filter approach, right? So you can save this query. Again, you cannot directly use the where conditions. We need to use this filter on this column, but this is not an actual column, right? So you cannot directly filter by this column. You'll be getting error. So if I just say here is that rank, so you'll see I'm getting error. I'll be getting error because this rank column doesn't exist. Okay, this is not actual column. We have created this using window functions. So the best approach what you can do is that we can save this query in this sub query, and then we can use this column. Okay, so further what I will do is that I will just go ahead and kind of delete this for now, and I would just go ahead and save this entire query in a table, something like this. You can see now this entire query I have saved in a table, and I could just give this table name called maybe something called T1. Now this table I am just saving in a table called T1. So from the T1 table I would select whatever I need. So I would say select everything, and from, so usually after this from here you give your table name, right? Here you give your table name. So I'm not giving any table name, so I'm saying select everything from, then this query is going to be executed, and it's going to kind of create me this rank as well. So now I can use that rank column. So I can say where rank equals less than equals to 3. So that is how I will be getting all those city and the top 3 product with the highest sale. Let me just organize this query a bit. Okay, so now if you want to verify it, if you see here Ahmedabad, we have the 3 product with the highest sale. We just need to say that rank, which is called, yeah, less than equals, where rank less than equals 3. Okay, rank is greater, not greater than, less than. Okay, it has to be less than equals to 3. So let's run it again. Perfect. So we have each city and the top 3 product with the highest sale. So Ahmedabad, this 3 product has the highest sale. For Bangalore, this 3 product has the highest sale. For Chennai, this 3 product has the highest sale. Okay, we can check for Lucknow, this 3 product has the highest sale. So different city, you can see different product that has the highest sale. Okay, so that is what you can see it here. For maybe Delhi, we have this 3 product which is called coffee beans 500 grams, instant coffee powder, and this ground espresso. Okay, so this is what we needed, and we got the answers. Okay, let's go and let's see the question number now 7. Now let's see the question number 7. It says customer segmentations by city. How many unique customers are there in each city who purchase coffee product? Okay, so here we can just go ahead and kind of see this question, which is called question number 7, and we can just go ahead and comment it out. Okay, so customer segmentation by city. How many unique customers are there in each city who purchase coffee product? Okay, now for that we need to see the table. If you see the product tables, okay, now this product table has a different products. Okay, we do not have anything called category, but if you see this table has something called product name. Okay, so if you see here, the product 1 is the espresso coffee, product 2 is the cold brew coffee, so instant coffee, coffee beans, coffee drip, Friends press coffee, special coffee subscriptions. Okay, so this is everything that you see coffee till here, which is called maybe till product number 14. Okay, so till product number 14 you see the coffee, and the rest are again the coffee kind of merchandise product. Okay, so it is kind of fine. We can directly go ahead and kind of say that okay, I need all the customer who has purchased the product ID 1 to 14. Okay, so that is what you can use. Again, you can kind of do whatever the way you want to solve this problem, but I can do something like this. But the problem is that you just need to write down the product ID 1 to product ID 14 to use this in a subquery. Okay, so let's see if in case we can use this way. So now let's see what are the things we need, right? So for each city, we need the number of count of the unique customers, which we already have done earlier. This time we will just add a filter to make sure that they have purchased something from the coffee product, which is 1 to 14. So for that, we have already solved this type of problem, which is here, like each city, and here distinct customers, unique customers. This is the one we can use it here. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this question. So this return each customers and the number of unique customers. We do not need this time this number of coffee drinkers, so let's go ahead and remove this. Now we have each city and the distinct customers. We just want to ensure that this customer has purchased something from product 1 to 14. Okay, so for that we can simply go ahead and need to do a join with the sales table. First of all, that is going to happen before the group by, so I would say join sales as s. Okay, and once we do the join, I would just need to say on, and s dot customers id c dot customers id. Okay, so this is done. Now what I am looking for is that we can just go ahead and check that we would need each city and the number of unique customers who purchase something from that the coffee category. Okay, so for that we would first need to find out the product information as well, because we need to filter this data set by the product as well. Okay, so we will do a one more join here. So we'll go ahead and say that join products sp. Okay, and on, and we're going to say p dot product id s dot product id. Okay, so this is fine. Let's remove the group by and everything for now. Let's see the entire kind of query. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. We have still 10,000 records, and we can see everything whatever we need. Now we need to find out again distinct customers. Okay, for each city we need to find out the distinct customers, what we have done earlier. Okay, but the customer who purchased the product ID, which is 1 to 14, which we have already checked earlier. So product ID is here, you can see it here. Okay, even if you don't do a join with the product table, that is still going to work fine, because we already know that the product coffee related product are from 1 to 14. Okay, so for that what I will do is that I would maybe ignore this join for now, which is called this product. Okay, so here I'm going to filter the data by saying that where the product ID must be from 1 to 14. So I can go ahead and use it something like this way, where product ID of sales table, which is s dot product id in. Okay, here I would just need to use 1 to 14. So I can simply go ahead and say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Okay, so this is the approach I have. Now again, you may have any different approach, you can let me know in the comment box. So that is fine. Let's see if in case it's going to filter anything else. We have now 7,973 records. Okay, so now this time what I am looking for is that I am looking for CI, which is called customer table of city, city table of city name, and for each city I need to find out the distinct customers count, right? So for that I would just go ahead and say count of distinct c dot customer id, right? We actually made some purchases, so I would just need to make sure that customers, and here I have an inner join. Yes, this is correct. So this is called as unique customers. Okay, let's run it and let's see the results. Now I would need to do a group by again, because I'm getting aggregated count. So group by 1, if you're using MySQL, then you would just need to use group by this column name. Okay, now if you see for each city, we have Ahmedabad 23 distinct customers, for Bangalore 39, for Chennai 42, for Delhi 68. So these are the unique customer for each city who purchased from the product 1 to 14. Okay, so simple. We are using the in logic here, and based on that we are kind of kind of solving this problem. Okay, so this was the question number 7. Let's see now the question number 8, and then we will see the question number 9. So the question number 8 says find each city and their average sale per customers and average rent per customers. Okay, so this is what we need to find out. We have already checked each city and the average sale per customers, I think, earlier, but if we not, we will do it again. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we can solve it. So to solve it, we need to find out again city and sales, and again we need to do a join between sales, customers and city, right? So we have already done the join. We can reuse that this query to kind of get this join. So let's go ahead and copy from here to here. So let's go ahead and put it here, and we will do the same join here as well. So we need to find out each city and their average sale per customer. So each customers and their average sale, and we don't need this where this time. So let's remove this from here. So once let's see everything that, let's see the entire data sets, then we will build our logic. Okay, don't need group by, let's just see the data. So now you can see we have like 10,000 records and we have everything that we need so far. Now what we need to find out is that find each city and their average sale per customer. So that means for each city we need to find out the total sales and the average kind of sales. Now what we need for each city, we need to find out each customers and the average sale along with the average rent. Okay, so that is what we need to find out. So average sale we have, I think, already solved earlier. So let's kind of check that question where we have solved the average sale. So we have solved the similar question in the question number 4. Let's just go ahead and maybe copy this one, and this one we can use it here instead of kind of writing it here, because this question, both the questions are similar. Okay, let me just run this query and let's see. So we have each city and the total number of revenue we do not need at the moment. So we need total customers and the average sale per customers. Okay, so if you see the question here, it says each city average sale per customers, what we need. So total revenue, I am going to just ignore it for now. Okay, and the average rent per customers. Okay, now this is little complicated. We will see how to find the average rent per customers with an example. Okay, so let's run it again. So we have each city, total customers, average sale per customers. What we only need now is that the average rent. Now how do we find the average rent? Okay, so let's understand with example in Excel. So okay, let's say for a city, maybe again Delhi. So maybe for Delhi we have like 25 customers. So let's say for Delhi we have 25 customers, and let's say the rent for Delhi is kind of 15,000. Okay, for a coffee shop. So that means the average rent per customer is going to be 15,000, the total rent divided by the total unique customer, total distinct customer, which is 600. Okay, so this is per customer rent cost. Okay, for the business. Now let's see how we can find each customers and the average rent, right? To get the average rent, we need to find out basically each city and the total kind of rent, and then we need to divide by the total customers, right? So that's what we need. Right now the problem is that here we have done multiple joins. So even if I get this city and the total rent, so that's going to be kind of for 10,000 different records and the total rent. Okay, so that's not going to give me the actual result what I'm looking for. So what I can do is that I can save this query in a CTE. So I would just go ahead and say that here maybe something called city and kind of customers city table. Okay, and I would say with, which is called with a city table as, and this query I can just save in a parenthesis. So this is kind of returning kind of, so this query is going to save in the city table CTE, and then I would need to find out basically for each city and the rent. Okay, so for that here I can just go ahead and kind of use one more subquery, one more CTE. So here I would just go ahead and use one more city. So I would just go ahead and select city name. Okay, that is what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for is called estimated rent. Okay, so these two things I'm getting from the city table, because the city table has these information what I'm looking for. Okay, from city. So if you want to check it if this is working or not, you can see for each city I have the city name and this estimated rent. Okay, now if you see this query returns what? This query returns each city name and the total revenue, total customers, and the average customer per sale. Now so further we can join both the table, because both the table has a common column which is called this city name. Okay, based on the city name I can do a join and I can get this each city, like we have 14 record each city and their rent from the second table. So that is what I'm going to do it here. So this one I'm just going to call it as city rent. Okay, I would just need to use as. So here I don't have to use this with to kind of save this in a CTE, so I would just need to put this in a parenthesis. So this is done. Now what I need is that I need to do a join between these two CTE, so I would just go ahead and do the join here. Okay, so I will go ahead and say select that city name. So city name I can select from any table, that's fine, because I'm going to do an inner join. Then I would need the estimated rent. Okay, and all those things coming from cities table, which is called city table, the city rent CTE. Okay, now next what I will do is that I will join this query with the main this force CTE. From the force city I just need to get this total customers, right? So I will go ahead and say that what I need is this total customers. Okay, now for that I will do a join, which is going to be inner join, and inner join with this city, which is called city table, city table, and city table as CT. I'm just going to name it called city table CT. Okay, as CT. What is the common conditions? So they both have this table, I can name it called city rent, which is called as CR. Okay, they both have the common column, which is called CR dot city name. Okay, equals city dot city name. Okay, that's fine. So this is coming from, which is called CR table, this is coming from CR table. Okay, this is coming from city rent. So this is not city rent, so let me just see what I need else. What I'm looking from here is that total customers. Okay, so that's coming from CT table, so CT dot total customers. Okay, now I would also need from this table, which is called this one, average sale per customers as well. So that's called city dot average sale per customers. So here next what I need is that I need the average rent per customer. So let me just first select these things, and then I'm going to select the average rent per customers. So let me make sure that everything looks great. Let's go ahead and execute everything so far. Okay, perfect. So you can see now I have nice results for in city. For each city I have the estimated rent, which I got from the second CTE. I have the total customer, which I got from the first city. I have the average sale per customer, which is I got from the first city. Okay, so here what I need is that if I need to find out the average rent per customers, this total estimated rent I can divide it by the total customers. So for that city I would have the average rent, right? So that is what I am looking for now. So I can go ahead and say that what I'm looking for is that this total rent, that's going to be this total estimated rent for that CTE divided by the total customers. Okay, that is going to be this total customers. Okay, total unique customers. I need to make sure that it is a unique customers. So total customers, which is total unique customers. Yeah, that is total unique customers. So this one I can just save it as called average rent per customers. Okay, average rent per customers. I may need to do a roundup to kind of make it a clean result. So I would say round and round up by basically 2. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go and let's execute it. I'm getting some, again, the conversion error, so because I'm doing some divisions here, so I would need to kind of convert it into numeric. So numeric here as well, and maybe here as well I'm going to do conversions. Okay, so let's put the round in the next line to make it more clean. All right, so that's perfect. Let's go ahead and now run this query. So that's going to return nice results. Okay, let's select everything from top to bottom, and now you can see clean output that basically gives each city and the estimated rent, the total number of customers that we have at the moment, and the average sale per customers, and the average rent per customers. Okay, now here you can see some city have the highest average rent, that like Mumbai, so and maybe Hyderabad. Okay, but some city has the less average rent, like Bengaluru, Chennai, and Pune, right? So these 3 city which you can kind of consider recommending. Okay, so this is one of the important factors. So here you can just do a order by maybe this average rent. Okay, so that's going to be column 1 2 3 4 5. So we can say order by 5 descending. So let's see in which city we have the highest average rent. Okay, so now if you see the highest average rent, that is for Mumbai and Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Ahmedabad. Okay, so these are falling in the highest average rent. But if you see again, the revenue seems also higher. Okay, so highest revenue seems to be Chennai, and the average rent cost is also low. So this is one of the good recommendations. Okay, let's do one thing here. Let's say that I want to kind of order by this average as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a order by 4 here. Let's see which city has the highest average kind of rent. Okay, highest average kind of sale per customers. So if you see highest average sale per customers, that is going to be this Pune. So in Pune, we have per customer sale is 24,000 at the moment for the business. Chennai, which is 22,000, and if you see Bengaluru, that is 22,000. Okay, for per customers, Jaipur and Delhi, and then they are like at 11,000. Okay, that is average sale per customer. So for each customers, this is the sale the business is getting at the moment. And if you see the average rent cost, so the average rent cost also seems to be very less for Pune, and very less for Chennai, and very less for Bangalore. Okay, and Jaipur. So these are the 4 city has very less average rent per customer as well. And if you see the average sale per customers as well, so even the sale is the highest, right? If you compare with all the cities, the sale, if you see this 3 city has the highest sale, which is one is Pune, one is Chennai, and one is Bangalore. So this have the highest sale, and we can also consider the Jaipur. Okay, so here we can see this Pune and Chennai is one of the good option because we have the highest average sale and very less the rent at the moment. And Bangalore we can kind of see, if in case we can consider, we can see some more factors like the total number of consumers. If in case number of consumers, which is estimated coffee consumer, is higher in Bangalore, then we may consider that. Okay, so we may do more analysis in the question number 9 and 10. Okay, so this question I'm just going to leave it for our last problem. So based on this we will kind of do our conclusions, right? So we'll say conclusions. Okay, so here I just need to find out each city and then number of consumers. Okay, so that is what we will do at the last question. So this problems somehow we will be able to mix, and we will need to get the each city and the number of estimated consumers, coffee drinker, basically that is what we need to find out. Okay, so the question number 9 is something very simple. So here we just need to find out monthly growth ratio for each of this city. Okay, so we would just go ahead and say question number 9. So it says monthly sales growth rate, calculate the percentage of sales growth rate over the time period. So we need to find out the sales growth rate monthly, but for each of the city. So we want to see by each city. Okay, so let me just add this line. So we want to find out each city and how their performance has been like since the company has started. Okay, so that is what we need to do. So for that, let's go ahead and see kind of everything. So from maybe sales table, and in the sales table we do not have the city information. So again, to solve this we will need to do sales join with the customers, and we will need to join with the city. So we need to do 3 joins together. So, okay, so let's quickly do the join and then we will start solving our problems. Okay, so sales as S, what I will do, and I would just say join, and I would say customers as C, and I would say on, and the common condition between two is basically going to be c.customers id, sales.customers id. I will do one join, which is called one more join, that's with the city. Okay, so join city as Ci, and on, that's going to be Ci of city id, customers of city id. So once the join is done, I can select everything to show you the data for now. Okay, so I have mentioned here double star, so let me just delete this select. Let's go ahead and run it. You can see now we have the data whatever we need, right? We have the combined table, so this is what we need. So now what you need to find out is that for each city, for each month and the total sale, then we can basically do some comparison with the previous month sale using the lag window functions. Okay, so our objective is to get each city and each month and the total sale. So if you see here, I have something called the sale date. Using the sale date I can create the month. Okay, so the way I can do it, I can use extract functions. So first I would select the city name. So city name is, which is this one coming from ci table, ci dot city name. Next what I need is that the month column. Okay, so for the month column I can use this column to create a month column. So for that I would just go ahead and say that what I need is that extract, which is called month from sale date. Okay, as month. Now I would also need to get the year as well, so I would just use one more extract functions because we have the data which is more than 1 year. So I would say extract year from sale date as a year. Okay, So this is fine. I got the month, I got the year. Now what I need to find out is that I need to find out the total sale. So sum of total sale, which is coming from sales table. So total, okay, as a total sale. Okay, so this is fine. I would just need to do some order by here and do some group by, because for each city, for each month and each year, I want to see the total sale. Now here what I'm looking for is that for each city, for each month and each year, I am looking for the total sale. So I would just go ahead and say that group by 1, 2 and 3. Okay, for each city, each month, each year, I am looking for the total sale. Okay, now let's go ahead and see the data, then we will do the order by. Okay, so here you can see for each city we have like total 299 combinations. So for each city, for each month, each years, we have the total sales. Okay, so what you can do here is that I can go ahead and do a order by here. So I can go ahead and say order by what I would want to see each city. So by each city, and the month in kind of ascending and the year in ascending. So I would say 2 and 3. Okay, so let me just go ahead and now see the data. Right, so now I can see for each city, each month and each year, and the total sales I have. So for Ahmedabad, you can see the first month, that is the one, which is Jan. Then you can see the year is 2023 and this is the sale. And then the next month, which is this one, which is called Feb of 2023, and this is the sale. So we do not want to see the 2024 here. So I would just need to make some changes in the order by. I would say that I want to do an order by the city, then the year, then the month. Okay, so let's go ahead and say then 2, and everything in ascending orders. Okay, so that I would have the data in nicely ordered. Okay, so now you can see I have for 2023 all the sales here. So for all the sales till 12 month, and then Ahmedabad, and then next year, and then again the sale for Jan to kind of 12 month. Okay, now we can just do some comparison here. For Ahmedabad, you can see the first month sale was 3750, the second month sale, which is Fab sale of 2023, that is 4000. That means little increase here. Again the sale drop here, sale increase here, sale again decrease here. Okay, so here based on this I can basically build my logic. Okay, because using a lag functions here, I can get the previous month sale, and here the previous month sale would be 3700. Then we can do some comparison to find the monthly growth. Okay, so that is what we are going to do here. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, so here I can just go ahead and say that I can use this sum to get the previous month sale. So for that I can just say that lag, and in lag I would just use the sum dot total, and I would just say that what I'm looking for is one row up, and I would need to say over, and here I can just use this, which is called order by. So first I need to do a partition. So it's better to kind of use this lag and everything in the new kind of query. So let's kind of save this data in a CTE. Okay, so I would just go ahead and say that kind of, which is called monthly sales, and we will start a CTE called with, and we will say with monthly sales S. So we are creating a CTE, and in the CTE we are storing this monthly sales. So let's go ahead and move it one indentations here. So this monthly sale is going to give us the monthly sale data, which is here you can see. Okay, now I can go ahead and select the things that I need from this above query. So what I am looking for is that here is that selecting the city name, which is this one. Okay, what I need the city name, and I need the month, also need the year. So I would say year, and I would need basically this total sale. So this total sale I'm going to call current month sale. Okay, current month sale, that's fine. Then I would just do one more thing here, is call this total sales. I would be using window functions called lag, and I would say that from the lag I am looking for one row up. Okay, let me just show it till here first of all. So let's say I'm everything from this monthly sales. Okay, so let's run this query. Let's say I've just added extra comma here. Let's select till here. So here you can see for each month I get the same data, right? So each city, each month from ascending orders each year, and their kind of total sales for the current month. Okay, and for the next month. So here basically from here I can get the previous month sale here. So it doesn't exist, I will have null. So here the previous month sale would be 3750. Okay, so this is what I will be using, window function lag. So I would just go ahead and say here is that what I'm looking for is that lag, this total sales. Basically I'm getting the previous sales here using the leg. I would say one row up, and I would just need to do over, and I would need to do a partition. Each city I need the leg. I don't need the leg for basically when the city get changed, so leg should be or automatically getting changed. So here let's say for Ahmedabad, here the sale would be this, but when it goes to Bengaluru, I should not be getting this sale, I should be getting null. But here for the Bengaluru I would be getting this sale. So that is what we will be doing. So that's the reason I'm going to add a partition here, partition by this city name. And I can do the order by, but it's already ordered by, so again that's not mandatory, but if you want you can do the order by first the year, which is going to be this year. Then you want to do a order by the month, everything in ascending orders. Okay, as we can go ahead and say that call last month sale. Okay, so that is fine. Let's go ahead and run this query to see the data sets. Okay, so you can see now this time we have Ahmedabad, the current month sale, which is 3750, which is basically Jan sale. Last month sale doesn't exist because we don't have the data for last month. For Ahmedabad second month, which is Feb, the current month sale is 4000. The last month was Jan, which is 3750. You can see it here. Okay, same way for Ahmedabad current month sale, which is in the March, that is 3000. Last month sale was 4100. So this information we're getting it here. Okay, so this is how if you want to verify for Bengaluru, you can see for Bengaluru here the current month, which is Jan 2023, the current month sale is this one, which is called 36,890. So last month sale doesn't exist. But for Bengaluru, which is Feb 2023, so the current month sale is 24,000. Last month sale was this. Okay, now the way we can find out this growth ratio is that we can go ahead and say that current month sale minus last month sale divided by the last month sale. So that is how we can find the growth ratio here. So growth ratio function is very simple, but we will need to use this column. So that's going to get a little complicated. So it is better to save this query in another query. Okay, so for that I would just go ahead and use a comma here, and I can just go ahead and say call growth ratio s. Okay, so this query I can just put in another CTE. So this city depends on the first city, so I would just move like 2 indentations to the right. So now what I need is that go ahead and select whatever I need. So I need the city name. Okay, I need maybe the month as well. I need kind of this year as well. Okay, and I need this, which is called this total current month sale, and this last month sale. Okay, to find the growth ratio I would just go ahead and say current month sale minus last month sale divide by last month sale. Okay, times 100. Okay, I may get number conversion error, so I would just need to make sure that this kind of calculated first. So I would use a numeric here, numeric, and here also I'm going to use a numeric function here, and then I'm going to use a round function here. Okay, so I would go ahead and say round off by round up by 2. Okay, so let's organize the query. Let's go ahead and say that we're doing a round up here, and let's put it here, and let's give a nice call growth ratio. Okay, so let's verify if it is working or not. So let's go ahead and say select everything I'm getting from this called growth ratio CTE. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and execute this query to see the growth ratio. So let's select everything from here to here, and let's run this query. Now here you can see for this month, which is called Ahmedabad, for the month 1 and the year 2023, we have the current month sale, that is 3750. Last month sale null, and the growth ratio is null because we do not have the last month sale. But next month, which is called 2, and we can see the current month sale is 4,000. That means the sale has increased from the last month, so the growth ratio increased. And the next month it decreased to 3,000, so that means it has decreased by 25%. Okay, so we can add a where condition. We can say where, and we can say that where the last month sale is not null. Okay, last month sale is not null. Okay, so this is how you will be filtering out all those nulls, and you will only have wherever the growth ratio does exist. Okay, so you can see now for each city you can see the growth ratio if it is going up or down. So for Ahmedabad you can see it was like up, then down, then up, then down, then up, right? So this is how it is going. So if you see Bengaluru, you can see it was kind of down, then kind of again you can see up, down, different things. Now you can create a graphs or create a chart to kind of visualize it as well. All right, now let's go ahead and see our next question, which is going to be last question for this project. So the question says market potential analysis. We need to identify the top 3 cities based on the highest sales we need to return the city names, total sales, and the total rent, total customers, and the estimated coffee consumers. Okay, so all those things we need to find out. Now same way, same thing we have already achieved in the question number 8. So let me just copy everything from the question number 8 and let's see what else we need. Okay, let me just go ahead and put everything from here in this question number 10. So if you see this query returns the each city and this the average sales. You can see these are the city from where we are getting the highest sale. So Pune, Chennai, Bangalore, Jaipur, and Delhi, and you can see their highest sale, right? So that is what we needed. Let's see the next thing, that is called return the city name, total sales. Okay, we got it. Total rent. Okay, so for the total rent we have the average customers. Let's go ahead and run this query completely from here to here. Now I can see we have the estimated rent, which is the total rent for each of this city. We have the total customers, we have the average sales per customers, we have the average rent per customers. Okay, we will need one more thing, which is going to be that estimated coffee consumers for each city, right? So in this question it asks for the return the city name, total sales, total rent, and the total customers. So here we have kind of the total rent and total sales, we can get it, which is going to be this total revenue. So that what I'm going to put it here, which is going to be city, and then I need the total revenue, and then I need kind of this estimated rent, which is going to be our total rent. Basically I'm just going to call it total rent for now. Now we just need to get one more thing, which is called estimated coffee consumers, so that we can get from the city table. So here in the city rent table I can just add one more logic here. Okay, instead of just getting the city name and the city rent, I can just go ahead and say that the populations. Okay, so there was a column called populations. If you want to see it, I can just run this portion. So it's called, I think, population. So let's go ahead and run it. So you can see there was a column called populations, and let me just organize it. So from the populations we are considering at 25% threshold, so 25%, and we can save it as a call coffee consumer. So these are the coffee estimated coffee consume the coffee consume customer. Now you can see this is basically returning us the city name, the estimated rent, and the coffee consumer which we are looking for. Now this is the estimate, so you can add a kind of estimated coffee consumer. Okay, so from this city, so this is what I would need here in my final output. So here I'm going to add, after this total customers, I'm going to add this call estimated coffee consumer. Okay, so let's go ahead and now run this query. So this is going to return us the complete results. So let's go ahead and execute it. You can see we have everything that we need. Now we have the city name, so total 14 city, and we have the total revenue. So here we have the total revenue, and we have the total rent, we have the total customers, estimated coffee consumers, and we have the average sale per customers and average rent per customers. So this estimated coffee consumers seems to be really large number. What you can do is that we can convert it into millions. Okay, so that is where it is going to be really easy for us to analyze it. Okay, so for that what I can do here, I can just do formatting. Okay, let's go here and let's do some formatting, maybe in this city tables. Okay, so here I'm just going to kind of put this in a brackets, and I would just format with maybe something called millions. Okay, so 60, that's fine. So 60, and the estimate as in millions. Okay, in millions. Okay, so this is the name I'm going to use it here. So this way we don't have to read a lot of numbers. Now I would just need to again use kind of number formatting here. So let's go ahead and use a roundup here. Okay, let's put everything in a brackets. Let's go ahead and say round, and I want to round maybe by 3. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and run everything, and so this way we get the nice output result. Now here you can see for city Jaipur we have, this is the total revenue, and we have the total rent, the total customers, estimated coffee consumer in millions, and the average sale per customers, average rent per customers. So let's order the data by this total revenue. Okay, then we will see how we can select the top three. Okay, so let's go ahead and say order by two. I want in descending. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of select it. So now you can see the data is ordered. Now I can see we have the final output. So we have each city, their total revenue, total rent, total customers at the moment, estimated coffee consumers in millions, average sale per customers, average rent per customers. Okay, so if you see the first city, that is Pune, so that has basically 1.2 million sales record at the moment. The rent is kind of 15,300, and if you see the total customers, which is 52, and if you see the estimated coffee consumers, that is called 1.8 million, and if you see the sales per customers, that is 24,000. So if you see, compare with everything, this has the highest, which is 24,000. Okay, now if you see the average rent per customers, so that is also seems to be less than the rest of the city, and the average rent, like here it's 1,000, here is 700, here is kind of 11 100. So this is one of the good options we would be recommending in this Pune city. Now let's see the second city. The second city, that's going to be Chennai. For Chennai, the total revenue, which is called 944k, which is 9,44,000, and if you see the total rent, that is 17,000. Total customers 42, and if you see the estimated coffee consumers, that is 2.7, which is greater than kind of this one, which is called Pune. And if you see the sale per customers, that's also quite good, which is 22,000 compared to this to Pune. It's less, but it's still good. And if you see this average rent per customers, that is still under 500, which is kind of still make it kind of great. Okay, so this is also we will be considering because of this all these parameters. If you see next option, which is going to be Bangalore. For Bangalore, we can see the sale is kind of 860k, which is 8,60,000. Total rent, it is little expensive, which is 29,000. And if you see total customers at the moment 39, and you see the estimated coffee consumers, that is kind of 3 millions. So the company can target more customers, right? So you can see we have 3 millions here. If you see the average sale per customers, that's kind of 22,000. And if you see the average rent per customers, so the average rent is little high, so we may not consider these options at the moment. We will see the next options, because this average rent per customers is kind of really high here. Okay, again, you may consider it, but business, we need to make sure that the business can get more customers, because we have more chances of getting the maximum customers, because here if you see we have 3 millions, right? 30% extra than which kind of Pune, right? So we have more customers, we just need to make sure that we target to more customers, right? But based on the data, we will not recommend this city. We will see if there is any other third city we can recommend which kind of fulfill all those parameters. Okay, so next city, if you see Jaipur. For Jaipur, we have kind of, which is called total revenue, that's going to be 803k, 803k, which is called 8,03,000 here, and the total rent is kind of 10,000. Total customer is kind of really good. You can see here we have 69 customers at the moment. And if you see the estimated coffee consumer as well, also 1 million, which is also great. And the average sale per customers, which is 11,000, still good. And if you see the average rent per customers, which is very very less, which is 156. Okay, so I think this is one of the good options which we can recommend. So one is the Jaipur, and one is going to be Pune, and one is going to be Chennai. These three city we can recommend. And then you can also check with maybe Delhi, and you can check for Mumbai. So Mumbai is again average rent per customer is very high, so we are not going to recommend Mumbai, but we can recommend Delhi as a fourth options. By any chance, if any of this option get cancelled, then we can recommend Delhi. So there are a few reasons. One is that Delhi total revenue, if you see 750k, and if you see the total rent, which is 22,000, so the total customer, which is also good, 68. And if you see the estimated coffee consumers, that is kind of 7.7 millions, which is greater than all of this. And then we have average sale per customers, that is going to be 11,000. And average rent per customers, that is which is called 330, still under 500. So I think instead of considering kind of this Chennai, we can consider this Delhi. So this is a much better options for me. So I'm going to consider, one is called Pune, one is going to be in Delhi, which is my second option, and then I'm going to consider which is called Jaipur. Now again, based on your analysis, you can do some more analysis, and you can let me know which are the three city you are going to recommend to this business, and just write down the reason in the comment box. Okay, so let's go ahead and write each of the city and the reason why we are recommending this all this city. Okay, so let's write down my recommendation here. I'm going to write that in Pune we have kind of this average rent per customer is very less. Okay, we can go ahead and say average rent per customer is very less. Okay, this is one of the reason. And the second reason, if you see, is like based on the historical data, this has the highest total revenue, right? As the highest total revenue, okay, based on our historical. And the third reason, if you see, the average sale per customer is also high. So average sale per customer is also high. Okay, so these are the three top reason that I am recommending Pune. So I'm just going to write like one reason, which is this. Let's put the second reason in the mark 2. So that's the second reason. And let's put the third reason, which is called, this is my third reason. Okay, so let me just put it like this. That's the city 1. Let's go ahead and say the city 2. City 2. Let's go ahead and write the recommendation for the city 2. Okay, city 2 is going to be the next city, that's going to be Delhi. So I would just consider it as a Delhi. So the first reason is going to be called, if you see the solid reason for selecting Delhi, that's going to be the estimated coffee consumer in million, that is 7.7 millions. Okay, so which is called highest estimated coffee consumer, which is 7.7 million. So that means better chance of acquiring more customers. Okay, second, if you see that the kind of the second the point would be the highest total customers. Okay, highest total customers, which is 68 based on our historical data. So this is one. And the third would be kind of this rent, average rent per customers, which is called 330. Okay, still under 500. So average rent per customers is called 330. Okay, which is still under 500, right? So I think these are the 3 points which kind of make me think of this city, which is called Delhi. Okay, let's go ahead and add our city number 3. So I would just go ahead and say city 3, and let's city 3, that's going to be for me, that's going to be called Jaipur. So let's write it down here, called Jaipur. Okay, so let's write down the reason 1. So the reason 1 for selecting Jaipur is going to be, which is called the highest number of customers. And the first reason is that highest current customer, highest number of customers, the first reason. Now the second most important point is going to be average rent per customer, which is 156, very less, right? So average rent per customer is very less, which is kind of 156. Okay, so that's kind of less than all those 3 options that we have selected. I think these are the 2 options that makes like this Jaipur is one of the good options. And even the revenue, existing revenue, is also kind of great. And if you say average sale per customers, that's kind of 11,000. Not so great as compared to the first 3 options, but I think it is still better than Delhi, right? So we can go ahead and say that average sale per customers, okay, average sale per customers is better, which is at kind of 11.6k. okay, so these are the 3 options that I am going to recommend. Now again, based on your analysis, based on your findings, you can write down the top 3 city, and you can include your detailed explanations like why you are selecting this 3 city. Each and every information you can include in your projects. Okay, so this is fine. This is what I'm going to include in my PPT and also in the GitHub repository. Okay, all right, now you can see I have added my recommendations in the PPT. So here I have added all these 3 top recommendations why I have selected this city, which is Pune. I have also added all the 3 recommendations why I have selected Delhi, and I have also added my recommendations why I have selected Jaipur. Same thing I have added in my project as well. So if you see here, I have added my recommendations, which is why selecting this Pune, why selecting this Delhi, and why selecting this Jaipur. Now I'm going to show you how you can publish this project in your GitHub repository, same as like this. So here you can see my project. So same way you can publish your project completely. You can add your code, dataset, everything here. So first of all, you can download this README. For that, you can just click on this code and you can click on this download as a zip. So it is going to download this README file. You can see for me, it has downloaded here. So here I have downloaded the README file, which is this one. Okay, so this README file I will need to upload to my GitHub repository along with this photo, which is going to be the banner. Okay, So for that, let's go ahead and create a new kind of GitHub repository so that we can kind of publish our projects. So if you do not have a GitHub profile, just go to Google, type GitHub sign up, and you can sign up using basically clicking this link. You can sign up using your Google account. It's completely free where you can publish your projects. So now this is my GitHub profile. You can go to my video descriptions, click the link, and you will be basically find the link to my GitHub repository. You can follow me. Now let's go ahead and show you how you can kind of create a repository. So click on this repository icon that you can see here, click on this new and give a name, anything that you want to give. So I'm going to call Monday Coffee Project Test. This one I'm just going to keep it as a test because I've already created one. So once it is done, I would just select that yes, I want to add a readme and make sure it is public. So click on this create a repository. So once it is created, next task is that we need to upload that readme file along with the photo. So I would just need to import this to file, which is called this image and this readme file. Okay, so click on this upload and click on this commit. Once it is upload is done, and I can see upload is done. Let me just go ahead and click on the commit changes. So it's going to import the readme file. You can see now the readme file has updated along with this banner as well, which you can see it here. Now you can edit this recommendation based on your finding. If you have a different city, you want to recommend different city and the reasons, so you can just click on this edit signs. You can kind of go ahead and add your city name, add your recommendations. If you want to change this question, you can change this question as well. Next, what I want to do is that I want to import the data set and the code as well. Okay, for that, let's go ahead and save this code as a kind of my solutions, and I can also upload the data set as well. So you will be uploading the data set as well. So you will also upload the data set as well. So the recruiter is going to look through the data, like what are the things you have done, right? So you can again make changes as well. You can edit this objective as well. You can edit this key question as well, which you will be solving. If you solve some more questions, which you can include it here. Okay, so you can see now we have kind of replicated the same repository, and I have already shown you. Now I have shown you how you can publish this project. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. I really request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have liked this project and if you have learned something new today. And you can also share your answer in the comment box, like which are the city that you have selected for this project and the reason. Now you can get the dataset, readme file, each and everything by just clicking the video descriptions link, which is going to take you to my GitHub repository. So make sure to download each and everything, and you can include this project in your resume. Just make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.